Hello, welcome to the Everyday Players podcast, Game Week 28, with your host, Matthew Chan, the secret author, Tony Buxton.
Hello, everyone.
And the hard at work university course degree student, Ryan Chan.
Hello, everyone. Nice to see you.
Yeah, so anyway, how's it gone for you this week?
It's gone okay, I guess. I mean, I got 72 in the end, won in one league, lost in the other. I think I only lost by 3 points, but I mean, 72 is still a decent score overall, but I seem to keep doing that. I'll get quite a few decent scores, but still lose. And I don't know, that's the way my season's sort of gone at the minute. So, okay, I guess.
Yeah, and Tony, 2 wins for you, isn't it?
Yeah, I won in both leagues. Averaged a good week. Didn't get that many points, but I managed to get the double wins. The City game worked out how I half expected, half wanted with the rotation of the defence. Didn't expect Gundogan to get a goal, but he did. So it's went okay overall. I'm still not 100% happy with my team. I'm still dead with there, but it was an important win. So I'm happy with this week. So.
Yeah, and I think we were talking about Gundogan last night. Just how deep he was playing. He did manage to get a goal, but is it a word of caution? With Gundogan, is he a bit of a worry, a concern?
I think I'm going to get him out. I'm not exactly sure when, but I mean, that's what they keep saying, don't it? With De Bruyne, does he actually drop further back? But I think last night was actually the game where I've watched it and thought, you know what, he seems to be playing so deep. When I think in the past few games, even against West Ham, I thought he was okay. Man U, I felt like he was getting
even United.
Yeah, even United. But last night, I just thought he just seemed quite deep, and he could have got more. Like, he could have got another assist with Foden and even with Bernardo as well. But I think I might move on. I'm just not sure when.
Yeah, I'm even struggling with Man City. I feel like there's going to be a lot more rotation now. They've got Champions League games coming up. Even though the double defence, I think I might come off and just only own one between Stones and Diaz, I think.
Yeah.
And they're not even keeping clean sheets at the end of the day.
Nah.
Was it? I think 5 out of the last 6 games have conceded, haven't they?
Yeah, I think.
And when you've got a double defence,
I know. Yeah, I think they're only one clean sheet in the last 6, and I think it's only Arsenal who've got one fewer with 0. I think so. Yeah. I mean, a lot of people are in a double defence, and I think I'm gonna change. It's just when again and who to replace. Probably Cancelo. Who to replace Cancelo with?
Yeah. I mean,
triple as well, haven't there? A lot of people have had, well, not a lot, but a few have had triple City defence as well. And obviously that's helped them in previous weeks. But now it's going to prove costly changing that because it's going to have to be a minus, or it's going to be like 2 full game weeks transforming that if you don't take the minus. So I've always got to be so careful having 3 players from one team.
Oh, definitely.
Yeah, definitely.
It's always a gamble.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I think it's coming to an end, isn't it? Like the double City defence or triple City defence. I mean, a player that I'm a bit annoyed about, actually, that I didn't get is Cresswell. I mean, it's the highest scoring defender in the game. I mean, I said to you earlier in the season, I got Kufal. I was trying to be a little bit different. I thought at the end of the day, they might get similar points. Obviously, Cresswell might get a few more assists, but what's that? Cresswell on 9 assists or something now.
Yeah, I think
it doesn't cover it.
Nah.
10, sorry.
Yeah.
And I mean, at the time, I was just trying to save a bit of money. I think I was only trying to save 0.3 million. It's not been worth it at all. I think he's got 4 double-digit hauls, Cresswell.
Yeah.
Why aren't people talking about getting him as much? I mean, he's only 25% owned.
I think it's well, I mean, just going back to your point, it's just a set piece threat, isn't it? I mean, Dawson, Souček, even Rice, they've got good set piece threat, and I think I'm not sure why more people don't own him, to be honest, because it just seems to be getting 12s and 9s quite a lot, doesn't he? But,
it's a fact he's a defender, I think. I think most people who don't want to take hits focus on the firepower. And then obviously of recent Man City, so good at the back until obviously now. whenever anyone's been making a defensive change, it's been getting in a City defender, like a West Ham defender, even though he's doing well. It's at the back of people's minds. They're either going to increase the firepower or get a City defender. So I think that's why he's been so overlooked.
Yeah, I agree. Because it's a West Ham player, you kind of think in your head, oh, it's not actually like they're not that strong on clean sheets and things like that. Why wouldn't I get like a Man City or now a Chelsea defender as such? But he's been that good this season. It's been hard to ignore. And what about Craig Dawson then? You touched on him there, Ryan.
Yeah.
But he's got 3 goals, isn't he, in the last 7 games, is it?
Big goal threat. To be honest, I think if I was looking for a cheap defender, I'm not sure. Is he like 4.5 or something like that? I think.
Yeah, I believe so. I think unless he's got no.
Yeah, I think he's a great pick. Even I'd definitely pick him over Soufal as well. He scored at the weekend, didn't he? And he could have scored again. I think he hit the post, didn't he? So
he hit the post. He was clearing off the line. Performance was insane. He's probably going to be getting the ball a lot more than any other West Ham defender, as even Cresswell. I don't know if he did this week, but he's becoming like favourable in that end. He was absolutely insane. I think Harry Aikenhead is like the only person to pick up on him in the leagues that's like had him. He's definitely going to be like someone who's shifting now. It's got to be. He's class, man.
Yeah, definitely. And before that, do you want to hear how my game week went?
Go on then.
It's, one in one, lost in the other, but in the Helmet League, so I'm going to show a bit of love to the Money League. It's falling apart. Absolutely. I haven't won since game week 19. I was so far ahead, and now I'm clinging on. I actually think, I'll try and bring it up here. I'm actually like worrying about it so much that I'm only like 2 points out of 9th now. Considering I have such a big lead, I feel like a bit like Newcastle when they collapsed and then lost the league to Man United. Kevin Keegan slumped over the Anfield advertising hoardings. Like, it's all falling apart. And I had a look at the people in that league, and I don't think anyone really done that well. I would have beat 18 out of 21 people in that league.
Yeah.
And I just managed to play Liam Taylor, who just had an absolute blinding 92 points.
Yeah. I think I was quite.
You like Fulham and Mowbray?
I am, and now I'm just thinking as long as I get I'm not bothered about winning as long as I get in the playoffs. Because if I drop out of the top 8, that's one of the biggest collapses in the history. That
or Liverpool. I think Liverpool this season or your collapse.
No, definitely this.
The shame you don't have that wild card in it, mate.
Don't tell me about that.
That'd come in handy, wouldn't it?
Yeah, definitely. I feel like the last 3 weeks, though, my team has come along a lot better. Yeah. But I've just managed to play Coyley, had an absolute blinder, Dan Rowe and Liam. They all were like the 3 highest scorers in the league for that week.
Yeah.
I've just been a bit unlucky recently, but what can you do?
All part of head-to-head as we going about.
Exactly. So just going through that league a bit then. So Curtis Kirby's top now, 51. Luke Flem, 48. Play him next week, so there's a chance to get back on track. Reece Lenham, seen him at Tesco. He spoke to me about my collapse a bit in 48. Liam's just behind. Yes. Liam and Tony are joined at 46. Toby, 45. Harry Lane, 45. And Kieran now out 45. And there's you and Johnny Walker there at the bottom off the first page, 10th and 11th. Still time, Ryan, do you think?
Still time, but I feel like I can't get myself well in the mix. I'm sort of like just flirting on the edges, sort of like dipping my feet in the playoffs and sort of like I can't quite get enough wins to get me pushed in enough. I'm sort of like, I'm 1 win behind than what I'd like to be ideally. I know like obviously we want to be top, but really I'd like to at least be on 45 now.
Yeah, definitely. And another big thing that happened this week, I was so pissed off. Like I've already done my transfers like during the week, but I went against our own advice last week about getting Bale and Lingard, and especially Bale. I could have got him. I didn't want to take -4 because I've been doing it for the last 4 or 5 weeks. and then he dropped 14 on there. I actually think I might have captained him as well, and I'm not just saying that. But he had a good fixture and everything like that. The only comfort, I guess, is even if I did captain him in -4, Captain Bale, I still might have lost to Liam.
Yeah.
That's the only comfort with that.
Yeah.
And then, well, the other thing, Bruno, I've dropped him like 4 times this season. He drops another double figure, 10 points.
I think he punished a lot of people, didn't he? Like 10 points. I mean, goal within the first minute, was it? And I bet a lot of people were kicking themselves straight away once that went in.
Yeah. I think I believe their own hype. Like Andy, Let's Talk FPL, he was like, oh, I'm going to transfer Bruno out. Everyone on Twitter is like, oh, Bruno doesn't do anything against a big team. So I thought, take him out. And there he goes, bang. First 2 minutes, gets you a goal. Anyway, Tony, you got Bruno out this week, didn't you?
Took him out, and I'm still happy that I did because it was for Bale, and Bale got more points. Bruno, for me, it's just that cancelling out premium, and I'm sick of playing the cancelling out game. Like, most people would say to me, take Salah out instead of Bruno, but I kept Salah, and I'll probably keep Salah all season. I'm hopeful that he's going to be like that differential at one stage in the coming weeks. Is going to guarantee that playoff spot. I probably won't get Bruno again unless he's absolutely firing when it comes to the wild card. Like, he's got to come in, but I don't know. Right now, I don't see me getting him back in. I'm happy with Bale, Salah. I'm going to get De Bruyne either next week or the week after, and I'm happy with them 3 premiums, if I'm honest. I'll get a week or 2 over my opponents by not having Bruno, I think. Whether it'll pay off or whether Bruno will sting me, I don't know. But I'm kind of happy with my midfield. It's my defence been causing me a few problems the last few weeks, although they've done okay this week. That's where I'm focusing everything now. So I'm not too fussed about Bruno or the midfield. I just need to try and get that key midfielder, which looks like Cresswell, doesn't it?
Yeah. And to be honest, with the Bruno, it depends if you're happy to go without him. Because I feel like every time he gets points and I don't play him, I feel like, oh, I miss him. I'm losing out on them points, but I don't get excited when he does get points, really.
No, I don't, because
everyone's got him.
Everyone is getting them points, do you know what I mean? And say the weeks that he just gets the 1 goal, or he gets like 10 points, which isn't that great. It's all right. But imagine if you've stuck with Salah, or if you've got Bale early, for example, Bale got 14, barely anyone has him, or if Salah had performed, or if Salah performs next week when Bruno doesn't. Do you know what I mean? It's about getting those tiny little wins towards the back end now to get in them playoffs, risking it really, like all or nothing, mate.
Yeah, well, look, there's your team up there. Like you were saying, you got Bale 1 week early. I think he's like 5% owned now. Last week, I think he was only like 1% to 2%. So people are starting to jump on the bandwagon. Do you want to just read through your team there?
Yeah, so I've got Edison in goal, 4 points, Maguire 5, Aspilicueta 9, Dallas 1, Bill 14, Captain Gundogan 20, Son 5, Salah 2, DCL 2, Antonio 2, Bamford 2. Aspilicueta I was the most impressed with. I don't think he played outstandingly, but he got the 3 bonus, which was a surprise to me. And it's the first time he got bonus since I've had him in like 6 weeks. Gundogan got the goal yesterday, which I didn't expect to come. We were all talking about how defensive he is. He's sort of gone like how Rodri was when he was partnered with Gundogan. Now Gundogan's partnered with De Bruyne. He's doing like the Rodri sitting role, isn't he? All my strikers were blank. Stuart Dallas, he's gone a bit quiet again. But he went centre mid halfway through that game. These were a different team. He's like becoming a natural centre midfielder, and absolute like a powerhouse in that midfield as well. If he'd have started centre mid at the beginning of that game, I think it would have been a complete different result, and I reckon he would have got some more points. Bamford with his 2, he missed some stinkers. He had an absolute horrendous game.
Yeah.
You've got to question him now coming to the end of the season. Antonio, sometimes he just looks like he doesn't want to be there. He's like playing up top and he stood still in the centre midfield. I don't know what he was doing all game. He looked absolutely shocking. Lazy bastard. DCL drowned out a bit by Richardson at the minute, and Maguire 5 points, yellow card as always. Nice one.
I mean, I kind of agree actually. Dallas did look very good centre mid because he's quite quick. He's driving from midfield. Bamford, as he said, at least he's getting them chances, but he tends to waste a few as well. He has them games where he gets a lot of chances and doesn't take them.
Yeah,
But
I wasn't necessarily like expecting him to get me the points because both my opponents had him, but just watching him as like a perspective, he was terrible, man.
and Antonio that bad?
Shocking. I quite like Antonio, but I don't know if you watched the game. He barely ran once.
Yeah.
And to be fair, first half, right, he was making average to good runs. And what's he called? Bloody hell. That new Cam that was from Brentford. He wouldn't give him the ball, mate.
Benrahma.
Yeah, wouldn't give him the ball. So I think he might have like done a bit of a Tony and like spat his dummy out and thought, well, I ain't running anymore then if you're not getting the ball. He might have done that. I don't know, because I would do that, definitely. I probably would.
You might like him.
Maybe. But yeah, Dallas could have been the complete like man of that game. He's not like Calvin Phillips who gets all this praise, who is shit, who just makes the odd little dinky pass. Dallas is head down forward. He's strong. He won't throw himself about like a little pussy. He'll get that ball forward. He'll muscle people about. Yeah, managerial mistake on that game. I think that's why they lost.
End off.
Your go.
End off, mate. Yeah, so he's mine anyway, 73 points. So my big thing was getting Martinez in this week. And on Friday, when he got 7 points, I was like, oh, yes, this is brilliant. But in hindsight, perhaps I could have just kept Areola. Obviously, I don't know that, they're going to keep a clean sheet in Liverpool because he then got 8. So he done better than Martinez anyway. And I could have just got Bale. But anyway, didn't do that. For the future, Martinez will be good. Target, Soufal, both with 6 each. City boys at the back, 2 and 1. Rafinha, Soucek, Son, 2, 3 and 5. Rafinha nearly got an assist. He ran it out. He still looks good, but now and again they just only get 2. Soucek, I'm a bit worried about him, to be honest. I think now Lingard's came in, he's not like getting anywhere near like the box as much. The counter-attacks are a bit too fast for him. They're a bit more of a counter-attacking team now, where it's got like Lingard, Antonio, and then like Benrahma, Bowen, or Fornals, whoever. And then Son with 5. Keep him in, I think. Might get him out for Bale, I don't know, but who knows. And then Vardy 2, K19. Very disappointed with Vardy. Think he might be going out. He just doesn't look on form whatsoever.
Yeah.
Then, go on.
Sorry, go on.
No,
I was going to say Leicester just doing that thing that every other team are doing. Like they look unreal as a squad, but as soon as 1 or 2 players go out, like you've seen with multiple teams this season, they just can't function. Like we know Maddie and Barnes, they don't look the same team at all. The same as it's happened like Villa when Grealish went out in previous teams, Liverpool begin the season. That it's proven that so many teams actually are run by 1 or 2 players, no matter how good the squad looks on paper.
Yeah, I mean, in the past though, usually that man's been Vardy. And even at the start of the year, he looked all right, but I don't know what's happened. Like, he was injured for a bit. He's came back. He's not really found any form. So, took a punt on him. Thought it might pay off. He might even do well this week against Sheffield United. He seems to do well, but we'll see. And then K19. What's annoyed me is if it's an actual single game week, I would have just captained him, I think, against Palace. But this double game week, you've got to put someone who's got 2 games. So I went for Gundogan. At least he's got something in the end anyway. But it could have been better. I could have had Bale in. I could have captained Bale. At the end of the day, I guess 73 is still all right. And then Ryan, with your 72 this week, so only 1 less than me. But I see a big absence on the bench there. Luke Shaw.
Luke Shaw on the bench, 14. I was absolutely devastated with that. I mean, he's looked good, like, going forward. He's been class from United recently, and I feel like I owe him a bit of an apology for actually benching him, but I never thought they were going to keep a clean sheet against City, to be honest. So I was never really going to play him in a way. I know it sounds a bit daft, really, but then I started like Lowton in front of him, which it sounds stupid, but I thought that they'd probably have more chance of keeping a clean sheet than United did at City. yeah, Diaz and Cancelo disappointed. Not even one clean sheet between them. That could have been it won me the game against Johnny Walker. Martinez 7, Boyo and Salah with 2. Out of form, but hoping since he scored in the Champions League last night that he'll hopefully pick that form up in the Premier League. Fernandes with 10, yeah. Salah 5, Gundogan 20. Yeah. It's an okay return. Don't get me wrong. I'm quite happy he did play twice, but I could have wanted like a little bit more. I know I'm getting a little bit picky there, but and then Kane 19. Now the Kane 19, I was actually probably between the Kane mistake and the Shaw mistake, I was probably closer to captaining Kane than Gundogan. I think after they played against Burnley, I think I texted you, Matthew, and said, "Oh, you know what? I might just go for Kane. I have a feeling that they're going to score quite a bit against Palace. I know Palace kept Man U out, but if you're looking at it as a whole, I think that was just a bit of a one-off. And defensively, they've been like it's easy to say now, but and then Watkins 2, Antonio 2, poor. But yeah, but going back to the Kane thing, I think I was just sort of too caught up in the double game week a little bit, thinking. I think it was more the Man City against Southampton, thinking that I did think that they could probably, they'd have a field day there, and it changed my mind a little bit. But so I thought I'd have 2 chances of Gundogan scoring and just Kane with 1 game. But yeah, a little bit disappointed with that. Should have been a little bit braver, I think.
Yeah. I didn't think your 2 defender of the years doing this much this week, Diaz. Pretty sure Tyrone Mings had a better double game.
They allowed a one-off.
Mings. Diaz is shite, man.
Yeah.
Anyway, just with the captaincy, anyway, because one thing that swayed me to go off Kane was how poor he did, on the double game week, where he only got 8 in 2 games, and I think it puts you off a little bit. Like, I'm not captaining them again. They've let me down. You feel like they've let you down, but I don't know if that influenced your decision on
that. Not really, because I think he definitely could have scored more. That's the thing, wasn't it? Against Fulham, he should have got more, and his finishing's usually better than what it is, against them. So he should have probably returned more. But I think it was just a double game week that done my decision, really. I've just sort of roped into it and sort of just thought, pick Gundogan, even though he wasn't in the best of form. But yeah, probably bad decision at the end.
Have you had a think of captaincy this week? I mean, the safe one, you could even just go Bruno. You could even go Kane against Arsenal. He's got quite a good track record. Tony, have you thought of anyone that you're going to captain, or is it just up in the air at the moment?
I've got my captain, and he's also a new transfer. I'm planning this week by using the week after next. That's what I'm sort of like building my team for. So this player I've got in for this week is actually more use in 2 weeks, but I'm captaining that player this week, if that makes sense. And that's a mouthful. But yeah, I'm captaining him this weekend. He's not a player I would normally go for. I've never had him yet. He's also a cheap little striker. But yeah, he's getting captained this week. But his main purpose is for 2 weeks' time, that weird game week where only 8 teams are playing.
Don't be giving too much away, Tony.
I normally do. That's why everyone copies off me every week, all my opponents. It's Watkins all right.
I bet. So game week 29, how far ahead are you thinking? Have you moved the team ready for that, or are you just going to sacrifice it, just leave it, or because you thought about that, Ryan, didn't you?
I thought about sacrificing it. I mean, I play against Luke Fleming. I'm not sure I play in the stand-up, and he might watch this, but I've been looking at his team, and I know he's already got 7 at the minute, and he can probably get to 10 because I know he's got 2 free transfers, and I feel like I don't know whether to just scrap it off, but then I feel like I'm also a little bit too far behind, so I don't think I
to give it up.
Yeah, I don't think I can just give it up. I just have to hope for the best, hope for my captaincy's right, and sort of just I'll definitely go in as the underdog in that game.
It's the captain for that game week, 100% the captain. Like,
I think
people are only going to have between 5 and 8 players to play in that game week if they're lucky. Like the way I'm looking at people's teams now on my own, and that the captain's got to be right. Whoever has the right captain that week is going to win, because most people's players that they do have playing are going to be playing each other in the Villa and Tottenham game, aren't they? It's going to be such a little like slog out week.
Yeah, I don't think there's a stat that was there. I mean, I've sort of debated going even like Lewis Dunk, against Newcastle.
Yeah, like a proper differential.
Get a clean sheet.
That's what it's going to have to be.
A goal. Something to think about. Watch it, Flem.
Yeah. Or is it a bluff? Revealing all. But yeah, anyway, I'm looking forward to game week 29. I'm hoping I can just get a win in that. That's all I need. Anyway, a team I want to give a little bit of credit to anyway is Fulham. Got that 1-0 win last week against Liverpool. Should we be talking about them a little bit more? They've got a game week in 29. So there's the A team there. Areola, Aina, Anderson, Adarabayo. 5 clean sheets in the last 7 games. Yeah, I thought that was all right instead of saying Tostin. Good pronunciation, I thought. No Paul Merson. Yeah. They've only conceded the 2 goals in that time, and they're all under 5% owned. And that, I think Areola's the most owned. I think it's like 4.9. They're all like 4.5 million as well.
Yeah.
Should we? I mean, I've thought about maybe getting a Fulham defender. They are defending quite well, I believe, at the moment. It just looks unfashionable, though, doesn't it?
Yeah, I think you sort of think of other teams, don't you? I think because naturally you think Fulham they'll concede, but really when you do look at the stats, defensively there's been unbelievable recently. But you just sort of like naturally gravitate towards different players of that price, I think. But they are good picks, like.
Because I guess what you've just said there, it's like, why would you get one of these Fulham defenders when you can get like Rudiger or like Soufal or something like that? I think he's a bit more, but for a similar price, really. Yeah. But I've had Areola. He's been, McCarthy dropped off, so I thought I'm just gonna have to play Areola, and he's done quite well. But they're a good team actually at the back. Anderson, is ball playing centre half. He just pings balls about like nothing. He's like on Borrietta. Remember him?
Oh,
just use a ping ball to right wing, left wing.
How could I forget Amor Borrietta? I used to stick up for him in North Stand when everyone used to slate him. I used to get my head smashed in every Saturday afternoon, man. I used to love him.
That goal against Brentford.
Go on, man. I've gone weaker than him.
The only...
Go on. Well, it's not a very good stat, really, but he's had the most touches out of the Fulham players in the last 5 games, the most touches, most passes as well. So that's like backing up what you're saying there about ball playing centre half, pinging it about.
Yeah, he is. He's what they were saying. He's like a quarterback, mate. Drew Brees. That's what he is. Sits in the pocket, pings the ball about. The only thing with that is they don't actually have much attacking threat to them. So I was having a look at the stats. I know he's got the more. So he's got 2 goals, 1 assist.
2 goals.
Sorry, because I think he's mainly playing as like a right back. Yeah. The other 2 have just got 1 assist each. They do occasionally get in the bonus though, because if they're Fulham, they don't score a lot, but they don't concede a lot. So if they've got 0-0s, usually bonus goes to like a defender. So now and again, like sometimes they get the 8s and 9s.
Yeah.
As you see there, though, like, would you hold off for a week, though, play against Man City? Would you get him for game week 29, or is it not worth it?
Completely depends, mate. It completely depends on, I think, your position in the table counts for a lot in this, because if you're that desperate for the wins now, most people's teams are the same, and that's fine if you're up there. But if you're not, you've got to look for that differential that's going to get them extra points, because most games are so tight. If you're mid-table or lower, I think now's the time to be taking risks on players like that to try and get you up there.
Yeah, I agree. I mean, Areola, he, like I say, no one really has any Fulham defenders, and when they keep a clean sheet, it is like a bit of a bonus on everyone else.
Yeah.
So anyway, enough about the defence. What about the attackers? Do you think Madger, Lookman, game week 29?
I suppose they got an attractive game against Leeds, haven't they? You always think that with Leeds games, there'll be goals, will give teams chance in that. But they do look pretty good going forward, Full. I mean, even before they scored against Liverpool, I thought they should have scored before then. I think they're a little bit wasteful with chances. Lookman, I always think he's an unbelievable player, take people on, that sort of thing, but he's just sort of like not got quite enough composure when it comes to like sticking the ball in the back of the net.
He had a massive chance as well, didn't he? Yeah. And he done well where he cut back inside and I was like, right, goalie. And he smashed it over somehow.
Yeah.
Only like 6 yards out. But, I mean, Lookman, he's got 4 goals, 3 assists. Madge's got 2 goals. But he has played 90 minutes, I think, in nearly all the games since he's came in.
Yeah.
I feel he's a bit unlucky, though. Like, he's had other chances in other games and he's looked quite slick, but it's just a matter of Fulham that they just don't take chances. They're a bit like West Brom, a bit like Brighton. Can sometimes get these chances, just don't score.
Yeah, definitely.
But I
just thought Mitrovic, maybe.
Would you?
Yeah, because he hasn't played that much. I can't really slate Scott Parker's decision for it because he's got them almost out of the relegation zone, so he clearly knows what he's doing now after all his mistakes at the beginning. But I still think if Mitro played, it'd give him that extra edge to get over the line. Even if he played just behind Madge or something like that, just to hold it up and knock it in a little bit off. Madge was just behind him, so he could hold it up and feed him through. I reckon that'd help the lack of goals. But he doesn't get enough game time, which is questionable because he's one of the best players on that team, I think.
I think, the thing with Mitro, he was like the number 1 striker last year. Then all of a sudden, I think he tried to change it so they were like a dynamic attacking where they had Dekov, Reed, Lookman.
Yeah.
And then they had like Cavallero and they had all 3 and they're all changing. They were like wingers kind of, but they were just changing position. I think he suffered a bit that Fulham haven't done that great and he's just tried to change stuff up. But I don't know really, because at the end of the day, as an out-and-out striker, he could be class. But would they have to change the system?
Yeah, like people can't just say, "Oh, he's done well in the Championship. He's a champion striker," because he's not. He's done it before in the Premier League with Newcastle and that. I think it'd definitely get them over that relegation line if he was playing more.
Yeah. Well, we'll only see anyway. Playing Man City this week. I still think I'm going to go 2 Man City defenders at the back. Although I'm not as confident now as I was.
Yeah, now that Diaz actually has to defend the falling apart at the back.
Then you know what it is?
It wasn't his fault.
Yeah, they need to just get rid of
Laporte.
Just stick to Stones and Diaz.
No, I'd say Laporte and Stones.
Laporte and Diaz just haven't done it together as of yet.
Or they should sign Tyrone Mings and play Ake and Tyrone Mings.
Tyrone Mings.
All right.
Like your Villa boys, don't you? Him and Matty Cash. You said Johnny Cash then.
Johnny Cash, Ring of Fire.
There's no one like the Villa defence boys, man.
Yeah. I'm just quickly going through anyway, manager of the month so the surprise Matty Tunstall this month. He won all 5 of his games. He won them quite close. So he beat you, Ryan, by 1 point.
Yeah.
He nearly went to between Jordan Swales and Andy Watler. But because he only won 4, I just felt like I had to give it to Tunstall.
Yeah.
I was nearly going to give it to Andy just for doing well. A bit more unexpected than Jordan Swales in a way, who won like 7 out of 8. But I thought, Jordan got more points than him, so I felt like I couldn't.
Yeah.
Anyway,
you couldn't give it to Andy Watford, man. That's like when you're in school and like the shittest kid at the football team, just because he turned up, you're giving praise and that. Like, no, he's shit. He doesn't deserve it. Shit.
And the Rudy Gusted Award, Adam Highfield. Yeah, he's had a bad season. Maybe he was overachieving before because he wasn't scoring that high, but now he's gone back down into like relegation. Yeah. He's a little bit off the league table. Quick 5 minutes anyway. So Liam Taylor top on 60. I think he could be in now, to be honest. 15 points ahead. I say Liam and Harry are both in. Trev's had a bit of a drop actually. He's down in 6th. Tom Neal, Steely, 3rd and 4th, 49, 48. I'm on 46 and 5th. However, it's so tight. Because there's five people on 45 between 6th and 10th. So Ainsley's still hanging about. And there's you, Tony. What are you on? Just can't see. There's a 44.
43.
43, right. So even you're not like out of the question in that.
Yeah,
only 2 points behind.
Winning that, mate. Watch this run towards the back end. I'm telling you now. Triple captain, bench boost, what a cat bash.
Yeah.
I think it's exciting though, isn't it? Like how tight it is.
I think
this is when it gets down to nitty gritty.
I think I'm 6 points behind now. I think I'm on 39. Where am I?
There you are.
39.
14th.
One past 45. Second highest points in 14th. And I'm hoping
you are.
I can get a bit of a run. I mean, look at I don't know. I've mentioned it before, so I won't. But I'm hoping to getting a bit of a good run, and hopefully I can somehow sneak in there.
Yeah, I mean, you never know. Only 6 points now. Yeah. Everyone else dropping points.
Grinding away.
That's it. Anyway, last 3 minutes. We keep saying we're going to do a quiz and all this, and we never do it. So, right, come on, I'll get this quiz out.
Right.
Before we do it, actually, Ryan, quick question. You were a caretaker manager for Matt years in the Red Car League?
Yep.
How's it going?
We're doing well, actually. We're doing
well. Yeah.
I think since I've came in, we're about 7-1-ish, I think. Just having a quick check here. So I think I started when we were 1-19, and now we're 8-19. I think.
Oh, he's worked wonders.
Yeah, I wildcarded for him. I've made a few
obviously
for him. We're flying up the league. He's no longer a laughing stock. He's getting manager of the month, that lad.
Is he bottom still?
He's still bottom, yeah, but it is quite.
Sack the caretaker, man. Sack him. Can't do it.
He's 6 points behind, like a lot of the teams, but really, he started off and would have been like, I don't know, like 21 points behind or something like that.
So, yeah. Wow. Well, let us know. Keep us updated then. Anyway, quick 2 minutes. How much attention do you pay to the FPL point scorers? Top 10 FPL point scorers. We'll take it in turns. Tony, do you want to go first? Don't go for someone like Eze or something like that.
Tyrone Mings. No, I'm joking. Salah.
Yeah.
Right,
number 4. Yeah.
Harry Kane.
Yeah, number 2.
Right, Son.
Yeah, number 3.
Now I'm scared. Oh. Bamford.
Yeah, number 6.
I have to go for him. Emi Martinez.
Number 5. Yeah.
Justin.
Nah. Oh. Come on. He's been injured as well.
Yeah. Cresswell.
Number 10, that's it.
Oh.
You won, Tristan. The others were Gundogan and Rashford.
Ah, right, yeah.
Rashford. So you've done all right there. You're out of 10. Yeah. But anyway, that's the end of this game week. Best of luck to you all. Remember, follow us and like us on Everyday Players FPL on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, and Spotify. Gentlemen, been a pleasure.
Cheers. Thank you.
Bye. Cheers.
Bye.
See you later.